So you might just think that you can only grow cucumbers or tomatoes or bell peppers in your garden this summer, but there are some amazing things that you can grow that you wouldn't think you could. And here to tell us just a few of them, Master Gardener, the green thumb guru himself, Ed Sordiff. Ed, I see kiwis here. You can grow kiwis?
Yeah, that's one thing that people don't know. In New England, you can grow a version of the kiwi. It's an Arctic kiwi, and that's what we have here right behind us. This right here is your regular supermarket kiwi, and you would know how this was ready to eat and ripe by feeling it with the palms of your hands. It's a little squishy.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. You feel it when they're squishy, they're ready to eat?
Yeah, not overly squishy, but just nice and soft, and without bruising it. That's why you would just use your palms of your hands, and then you'll find out how ripe it is or not. And then once they do become ripe, you can put those in the refrigerator for 3 days, and that'll help slow down the ripening. So you can keep them about 3 extra days in the fridge.
Huh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so what I was going to have you do is actually cut this kiwi in half.
I would love to.
Just so we could see what the interior looks like. Oop.
Oop.
And you could, there's that classic kiwi look, almost like stained glass in there. You have the seeds, you have that translucent meat in there. So you can see what I did here earlier. This is a New England kiwi here.
All right, right
so
here.
It's a little bit smaller, yeah.
And now is that a full-grown New England kiwi?
That's a full-grown one. That's it can get a little bit larger than that. It's still not ripe yet. It's not a little squishy yet. But you can see the interior has the same pattern of the seeds surrounding the center, and then it has the same kind of green meat. So it's the same plant, just smaller. So you use a lot more of these, but you're still growing kiwi in New England.
Which, yeah, who would have thought you could do it? And a similar taste?
Yeah, similar taste too. It'll take a little bit more. Probably good for salads and stuff like that. Now, on the plant that you see here, this is called an Arctic kiwi. You need actually 2 plants to create the kiwi fruit. You need a male and a female. And the easy way to tell them apart on this is that the female is just a plain green plant. You see the plain green leaves in there. Mm-hmm. But then when you look into there, you'll see some leaves are actually variegated, and they almost look a little bit yellower, a little bit whiter. Sometimes they have a pink tinge to them.
So variegated, it's kind of like a multicolored thing.
Yes, yeah. Part of it is green, and part of it is a different color. So that's the variegated part. So that's the male. The male is actually the prettier of the plant in here.
Pretty cool. Now you also have some citrus plants over here too. You can grow that?
Yeah. I was just showing that in New England you can grow citrus. You can see there's a huge lemon on the bottom there, and the rest of the plant is actually all full of lemons starting to form. So as long as you have a sunny window, very warm in the winter, good drainage, you can grow citrus. So that's a nice thing to have too. So you have kiwi, you have that.
Kiwi, citrus. Now here's another one I had no idea about, ginger.
Yep, ginger. That's your culinary ginger, the ginger you eat. It will get a stalk like this once it grows.
And it's a root, so it'll grow in the ground, but this is what comes up.
Yeah, that's what comes up, and then it gets 3 to 4 feet tall. It becomes a nice tropical looking plant, and you can actually harvest the tubers. And what you do for the ginger is when you go to the grocery store, you would find a nice thick tuber that's actually solid. You can see here's a growing tip right here. And actually what you would do is you put this in a bowl of water overnight and soak it in water. And that'll help get any kind of, sometimes they spray them with growth inhibitors, and they'll get that off. And then all you have to do is plant this in a good potting soil, and actually right down there I have, if you want to grab
some potting
that.
soil here?
Yeah, and I actually have the ginger I started a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, and you can see it starting up here, and it's actually got its first little leaf right there.
Now the soil looks pretty moist. Is that how you want to keep it?
Yeah, it likes to be very warm and moist, and then it'll start taking off. Don't try to start these probably in the winter. It's too cool. You want to do it in the summer. The heat of summer, they really start taking off. I did try it one year in the fall. It did not work, but this one took right off. So it's a good thing to have. It's ornamental, and you will get ginger to eat.
Well, and ginger's one of those things too. It's so good for you, and it's kind of expensive in the store, so you can get your own.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. Ed, it's always a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much. And if you want any of Ed's tips, just head over to mymassappeal.com a little bit later today.